Hi, I'm Miss Cassie from the downtown Lansing and the Foster branches. Welcome. Don't you think it's interesting that everyone has a different fingerprint? What I'm using here is a magnifying glass, and it can make things bigger, like my hand. And it makes it easier to look at the little tiny fingerprints at the end of all your fingers. They're all different, every single finger. And if you get your mom or dad or brothers or sisters and look at their fingers, they're going to be all different too. Today, we're going to be exploring fingerprints. Now, what you need is a magnifying glass, and this will be fun just to play around with in your house to get used to using it. You can hold it over your books or maybe your markers and see what happens. So you'll need a magnifying glass, some ink, and then some paper. That's all you need. Now, I have a nice dark blue color ink. If you don't have ink at home, get one of your washable markers and you can rub that on the end of your finger. Get the ink on there really good and push it down on the paper. And then you'll end up with a fingerprint too. So if you don't have an ink pad, you can use your markers and they wash off easy. But if you have an ink pad, you just want to roll your finger in it and then push it on the paper. Ooh, then you can use your magnifying glass over it and look at your fingerprint. See what kind of shapes are on your fingerprint. Are there little loops or whorls or maybe arches? Lots of arches. Take a look at all of them. And if you have different colors, different color markers, then you can make more shapes with different colors, maybe one for each of your fingers. I'm gonna try this dark red right now. Rub my finger in there. There, now I have, that kind of looks like a face, doesn't it? Now I have a red one, a blue one, and a pink one. It does get messy, so having some wipes handy to clean off your fingers is really good. Now, if you don't have any ink and you don't have any markers, you can still make fingerprints in a fun way using a pencil. Yeah, a pencil. You know, sometimes you might get in trouble after you've been playing outside or if you've been drawing or coloring a long time and you leave fingerprints on the walls. That's the same kind of idea. Take a pencil and your paper and scribble as hard as you can. You want to get a nice big spot, big enough for your finger to roll in, okay? So there we go. I've got a nice spot here. And the thing with the pencil, it will stick to your finger when you rub it. So we're going to roll our finger around on the pencil lead. And then when you look, it's on your finger. Now this won't make a good print, but if you take tape, just a piece of Scotch tape, and gently put it on your finger, the stickiness from the tape will hold the pencil. And when you put it on a piece of white paper, take that off, you will have a nice, clean fingerprint. So see, even if you don't have a marker or an ink pad, you can still make fingerprints. After making all these fingerprints, my mind is sort of racing into different ideas that we can do. Let's extend this activity a bit. Let's have a little bit more fun. When you look at your fingerprints, what kind of creatures do you see? Do you see an animal or a face? Take a marker and let's see what we can create. I see this big red one as a big butterfly. And I just added some wings to it and little antenna. Now maybe this blue one could be some sort of bug too. Or, oh, maybe he's a monster. I'm gonna draw some little feet, and some eyes, and some hands. So I made a little monster out of the blue one. That pink, the pink is kind of pretty. I think I could turn it into a little flower. Once you have all these creatures, wouldn't it be nice to make a story about them? I took some other fingerprints that I had. Let's see what kind of story we can make. There is a cat, a big orange cat, and 3 little mice. Oh, that reminds me of the 3 little pigs and the big bad wolf. Let's do the 3 little mice and the big bad cat. Once upon a time, the 3 little mice moved into a big house. But then along came the big bad cat. What would the big cat say if he knocks on their door and then maybe goes, meow, meow, little mice, let me in. And maybe the mice would say, not by the whiskers on her cheeks. And then the big cat would say, then I'm going to meow and scratch and claw your house down, which makes the mice go, eek. And back from the woods, the big monster heard them and came over and scared the cat away. Ah! And the mice never had to worry about the cat again. There's a short little story. See what stories you can create with all the wonderful fingerprints that you've made of your own hands and maybe your family members' hands. And if you need some more ideas, check out Ed Emberly fingerprint books that we have at the Capital Area District Libraries. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.